What's up YouTube, what's up YouTube, what's up YouTube, Xraypc here, back with another 7 Deadly Sins Origins video. This one is going to be about these developer notes I literally just dropped. I was recording a video and now I'm like, you know what, this is going to be the first video out. So this is hopefully explaining that they're going to be making our stamina system not 50 and making it like 150 or 125, because 50 stamina is literally out in 2 dungeon runs. This is PD Ku of the 7 Deadly Sins Origins. Since first introducing the game on PlayStation 5 and Steam, we have now completed the global launch across all platforms, including mobile. From the early stages of development, we set out to deliver a cross-platform experience that allows players to enjoy the 7 Deadly Sins Origins seamlessly across PlayStation 5, PC, and mobile. This was by no means an easy journey. I could tell because there's a lot of bugs, but they're trying to do their best. They're doing a good job. So far, the first day of PC, the game ran from like 60 base, or it was like 72 FPS on my 4070, and literally would go all the way down to like 34 FPS because of the memory leak. Now I start at 144. I sit at 144 for like 2, 3, 4 hours, and then the game slowly degrades. I just reset the game and it fixes, and it doesn't do that again. So it's a lot better than when it came out. There's still a lot of bugs. Co-op bug, one like the 50 stamina is too low, and a lot of other bugs. But yeah. Nevertheless, we believe that being able to present the game on all platforms has made that journey truly meaningful. We are sincerely grateful that the 7 Deadly Sins Origins reached the top 10 in global popularity rankings on Steam, and that even after the launch of the mobile version, many new Star Guardians continue to join us in Britannia. Thanks to your continued interest and support, we were also able to reach the #1 ranking in the mobile markets in several countries, including United States, Japan, and Korea. We would like to once again express our sincere gratitude for the incredible interest and support we have received from Star Guardians around the world. I'm really not surprised by this. This game is insanely good, and I just feel like the global market, the mobile market, and the console market for the most part. Well, the console market is like would love the game. Is just the game is like, I guess, overheating some PS5s. While I hear other PS5s are having no problem. I hear like base PS5, some people are having no problems, and some PS5 Pros. But then there's some people are having problems. I'm assuming it's really just people who've never even thought about having to clean their PS5 or get it cleaned. Right? They just filled with dust, and so they're playing a game that's pretty high, like that is pretty high on demand, and then all of a sudden it just fries their PS5. So I'm assuming that's what ends up happening. We would like to once again express our sincere gratitude for the incredible interest and support we have received from Star Guardians around the world. As a token of our appreciation, our development team has prepared the following rewards for all Star Guardians. We're going to get a whole multi. Okay, I'll take that. Hell yeah. The rewards can be claimed from your in-game mailbox until April 25th. So that's going to be really good on my free-to-play account, but that's going to be even better on my main account. That's an extra 3K. I think I'm at like almost 10K free gems, and then I have like 7.8K like paid gems still chilling for that next banner whenever we get it, if it's a banner I want to pull on. If we are given the opportunity to share more joyful moments with you in the future, we will do our best to cherish their meaning and share them together. We kindly ask for your continued interest and support for the story of 7 Deadly Sins Origins that lies ahead. We have seen many Star Guardians continuing their journeys on the Steam platform and spending more time exploring the game. In particular, we have observed that players who engage more deeply with the game are just sharing positive impressions of the overall experience. The time you spend exploring Britannia and enjoying, which is very true, its various content is a great source of encouragement for our development team, and we are carefully reviewing all the feedback you share with us. At the same time, we are aware that some Star Guardians have experienced inconvenience during gameplay due to various issues and bugs since this early stages of launch. Yes, a lot of them. And we are making sure to carefully review not only these issues, but also the concerns and feedback you have shared with us. They really need to talk about how there's the co-op bug, which is like the whole point of the game is co-op, right? Like that's their differentiating thing, that they have like MMO-like dungeons and 5-player co-op. They sold the game on co-op, and the co-op bug makes it pretty impossible to really get a good group together without literally having to add everyone to your friends list and do coordination. So hopefully they actually fix that. Our development team is prioritizing issues that can be addressed in the near term and is working to implement improvements as quickly as possible, with the goal of providing a more stable and enjoyable gameplay experience so that more Star Guardians can enjoy the game and share positive impressions. In this developer note, we would like to briefly introduce some of the improvements that are currently being prepared. So the first note was 3,000 star fragments. Everything else was just gobbledygook. Addition of in-game content. We have seen many Star Guardians reaching world level 4 and gradually clearing hell difficulty content. In response, our development team is preparing a new endgame content that will provide a new objective for those who have strengthened their heroes through hell difficulty. Okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. This content is planned to take the form of clearing multiple floors based on various combat rules. So, like a tower, like in any other gacha. I mean, that's good though. It's just another endgame thing. With the goal of delivering a challenging experience appropriate for higher difficulty levels. In addition, we are preparing rewards that are typically difficult to obtain through regular gameplay. Okay. Of course, in addition to this endgame content, we're continuing our preparation to introduce new story, region, and boss challenges content through future updates. We kindly ask for your continued interest and support. So I'm assuming this edition of endgame content could, the way they phrased it is, yes, we're going to add this. It could not come anytime soon. Because there is some stuff, like let's say Soul Living Arise, which I also played from Netmarble. It took them like 4 months to actually add like real content, like an actual like big endgame mode. It was like 4 or 5 months, not including like this, like they had stuff like locked on the main menu. So like that stuff, I'm not counting that. It was like new endgame, like actual endgame. It took like 4 to like 6 months, and then it was like at the end of the year, it was like an actual new thing. It was just like slight co-op. It wasn't that new. So hopefully this thing actually gives us like good rewards, and it's actually cool, challenging, brings in bosses that like give us a Hellbrim boss, give us pretty much like Twigo, like give us all those guys, the guy with the maracas we fought in the story, all the people we fought in Bass Prison, and then maybe variations of the different boss challenge ones and like everything like that. That'd be cool. And they could just continue to always add to that, you know. And then like over time they should always add new people, but maybe add in like that, like the variations to the Maraca guy, or Marmus, add variations to the Drake boss and everything like that. Quality of life, QOL improvements. In 7 Deadly Sins Origins, gathering and obtaining materials required for crafting across various regions is an important part of the gameplay experience, as the process of searching for and tracking materials needed for equipment, enchantment, and potion crafting is essential. We have also identified a significant amount of feedback regarding the inconvenience during this process. Wait, hold on. Gathering and obtaining materials required for crafting across various regions is an important part of the gameplay experience. Okay, so it's mainly just about crafting and gathering and being annoying. In addition, we are carefully reviewing the various quality of life improvements commonly suggested by our Star Guardians, alongside improvements of gathering, convenience mentioned above. We are working to prioritize and implement changes to areas within the system that require further refinement, like stamina. You know, like that's probably the biggest complaint. Stamina. I get like 60 to 70 average viewers on Twitch, and all of them complain about stamina. You know, I complain about stamina. Even on my paid account where I put money in, I buy all the stamina packs, and on my free-to-play account where I literally pretty much only just buy the one for gems and not even the $5 one. Yeah, the stamina. There's like literally no stamina. You can't build your characters. It takes like maybe 3 weeks to build out the new gacha character you pulled off the banner to catch up, or probably like a full week and a half. Like, holy. Addition of engraved equipment stat preview to reduce the burden of decision making during equipment progress and allow for more intuitive choices. We are preparing a feature that allows players to preview the stats gained when engraving equipment in advance. To reduce the burden of decision making during equipment progress and allow for more intuitive choices, we're preparing a feature that allows players to preview the stats gained when engraving equipment in advance. Okay. Addition of engraved equipment stat preview. Like when you're fusing them together, is it like now just going to show people in game what it actually does? Which is really dumb. I don't know why the game doesn't do that. You have to use an outside game source or message people in game, or let's say you're in the Discord or wherever, to ask them, hey, what does this thing do? You shouldn't have to rely on that. That should be info in the game. I literally don't understand the reasoning of hiding that information. It's just really dumb. I don't really understand that, but hopefully that's meaning that they're doing that so people aren't always sitting there confused. Wait, what does this do again? What does this do again? Oh, well, I'm just going to make it, and it's the wrong one, and you have to wait like another like 4 days to make a new engravement. Improvements to visibility affected by combat effects. We have identified feedback that it can be difficult to clearly recognize combat situations when multiple skill effects occur simultaneously during party play. Yes, that is actually... The girl with the flamethrower, Tiore, pretty much blinds everybody. In response, we are preparing a feature that allows players to disable other players' skill effects. Thank you, Lord. During combat, helping improve overall visibility through this, we aim to make combat situation easier to recognize and clear. Imagine 4 Tiore flamethrowers just popping at the same time on the boss. You actually just wouldn't be able to see, even like the boss is going to be charging up a move, hit everybody and one shot everybody, and you just be like, what? Improvements to issues related to summoning pets. We have identified certain situations where summoning pets may not appear properly or may be dismissed unexpectedly during exploration. Summoning pets are designed. I feel like we're about to. Okay, there's no way that's the end of it. Summoning pets are designed to provide various convenience features such as automatically collecting dropped items or assisting with mining and gathering based on their skills. As such, we intended for the experience of exploring Britannia alongside your pet to feel smooth and enjoyable. However, we sincerely apologize that intermittent issues are currently preventing this experience from being delivered as intended. We will work to resolve these issues quickly as possible and continue improving the system so that you can enjoy a more stable and seamless exploration experience with your pets. Okay, the improvements outlined above are based on feedback and an inconvenience experienced by our Star Guardians during actual gameplay. What about stamina? What about the co-op not working? What about what about like party play not working? What else? What about when you're like making your enhancements, like using the orbs, and then like literally anything small could happen, and it would overwrite the actual one. You don't get to you didn't even choose nothing. You didn't choose keep. You didn't choose to like get rid of choose a new one. It would just choose a new one, and that's a bug that's happened to a lot of people. It screwed me. I had a god roll, and now I'm trying to re-roll back to a god roll on my single sword, because the game just like automatically claimed the new one, even though it was terrible rolls. It just straight up did that. I didn't even touch my mouse. So yeah, you know what I mean? There's a lot of issues, that are like bigger than my pet not gathering things, But maybe that's just because that's the easier and faster thing for them to do. Survey for improving the gameplay experience. As mentioned in the previous developer note, we are conducting a survey to better understand your gameplay experience and reflect your feedback in our future improvements. I need you guys to go to that survey, and on top of the other things you want to complain about, I don't really care. The main thing you should be complaining about is stamina. 50 stamina is nothing, and as soon as you guys get to the end, even right now trying to push through the base story, you should be feeling it right now, because once you get to World Tier 4, right now you don't maybe feel it because it's 10 per dungeon on Hell mode. On like, okay, I'm here for it. On Hell mode of like the Gila dungeon, the Dragon boss challenge, the Spider dungeon, and the Warden Argot challenge, the Hell version of that is 20 stamina. You need to do those, right, to get the guaranteed legendary, so have the highest chance for the engraving kit and the highest chance for the unique set things for them and everything. That's 2 runs a day. With the 5, like the extra free stamina included, it's 50 stamina. And it's 5, that's 2 runs of a dungeon, and then what, you have like 10 left over? So you could do like 2 mastery. You could do like 1 XP dungeon, Like, it's just, I don't understand. Like, that should be like something that's super easy to fix. They just got to make the number go from 50 to 100. Like, just do that. And if people are like, hey, it should be even higher, okay, and then give us more levels, like give us more stamina throughout the levels, and then when we get a new level cap, we could get that and get it to like 125, 150 or something. But 150 is literally 2 dungeons and an extra little, like maybe it's 2 mastery stages or something, and that's it. There's pets locked behind like the turtle boss, and the spider behind the spider dungeon boss, and then you have the bird behind the mastery, the one that you farm like right at the beginning of the game, the one you killed right at the beginning of the game, or Hauser's like, hey, I need you to kill a bird. That one drops one. There's like the little grass moss pet thing from one of the early bosses as well, like the one of the first like 3 bosses, the one right after the bird, I think, actually. And it's like, you have all those, and then you have to worry about also engravings and gear and literally even paid players can't gear until like, I'm geared, but like, it's just because my one dude, right now my Diana is geared, but it's like, I bought every stamina pack available on top of the monthly one, and like, the $240-ish I spent that currency that you get in that little exchange shop, like the paid one, I used that to help me progress a little bit. And then I used like my pool currency after I got the 1 dupe of Meliodas to try to push my account with that a little bit. And then like the free, like the free banner, I didn't use any gems on that. I just used the tickets. But every time I use it, I get a stamina out of that. I do everything I can, and it feels like I'm still like months behind of where we could have been if we just had like 150 base stamina. And if you could buy stamina packs, at least more than 5 a week. I can understand if there's, I don't know, maybe they're trying to stop people from progressing too fast, because once everyone gets to the end game, there's always this thing that they're sitting there like, well, what else do I do? And I have a video about to come out after this one now where I'm telling you what you could do. But like, come on, like people want to like there's so many characters. I have all the characters but King, and I can't gear anybody except for my main 4 because I'm gonna fall behind. You have to gear your main 4, and I'm scared to touch any other character in the game. It feels like a waste. I have some stuff on Tristan, level his mastery up, and I feel like leveling up Tristan's mastery and Gila, well, you kind of had to level Gila's mastery, 1 fire character for the spider dungeon, but like leveling Tristan and like 1 other character, it felt like now I just wasted my time, right? Like I feel like I put my whole count behind. I'm at like 140,000 health, like max HP, when I could have been at like 150k HP, because I could have actually put all the refinements and all this other stuff into the gear I have. I could have maxed out the mastery in all 4 of my main characters I've been using. It's just, and like this is coming from somebody who spent like at least like $240, and then, you know, maybe you don't hear as many of those complaints from somebody like, you know, the big whale people who like who spent like 6,000, 5,000, 2,000, whatever the hell dollars. But like the free to plays and people who spend like $30 a month and that's it, like they can only afford that. Like they'll buy the battle pass, and they'll buy which is still not here, the battle pass and the daily one, and then maybe a couple here and there for if there's like a big banner they want, they maybe spend like here and there. But like those people would not be able to keep up in a sense, even though we don't have the ranking stuff yet. Like let us just gear now. Like when the ranking stuff comes, we can just play it, right? In the game, if you guys hit your profile, there's a ranking. This is going to be like, I think it's going to be like Solo Leveling Arise, where it's a PvE, competitive PvE ranking with leaderboards and rewards based on your rank and everything. And like, if you can't gear enough element characters, you're screwed. Like they're going to have the bosses like Gila, where you need to have an earth breaking unit, and you have to have an earth team really, so that you could one earth burst her, and so when she's earth bursted, then you could actually daze her, so then you could dump a damage in. But if you don't have that, then you're screwed. If you don't have like how I have my Diana, go check out my video where she's now like a super healer. It's kind of hard to do that, and to fight that type of boss, because she just does too many hits all the time. She's constantly moving, constantly swinging, big AOE's, the big explosion she does, like insane damage. So now my Diana can tank that, but it took me an extra whole like week just to get that. And oh, actually, really, I got that from the event too. Or actually, no, I farmed that one. I farmed her set for that one. Because that's the spider set and the spider dragon, and that event, apparently there's an event coming to give us that set of gear too, and we don't get that yet. So, but yeah, man, I mean, like, yes, there's some of these things that matter. I mean, like helping, like making pets feel better is gonna be good. I mean, the stat preview thing should have been there from the start. Visibility of affected by combat effects. This button there is in like every game that has like, it's like an MMO or even some other gacha games and stuff. I don't know why this wasn't there in the beginning. It feels like they definitely didn't know what the hell was going on when they were making the game, but they're like kind of making their way through while live. So hopefully within the next couple patches they do a lot, because there is a lot of people that are like, hey, if they don't fix it, so like literally yesterday on stream, if they don't fix the stamina issue, I'm out. And it's just things like that. It gets people to not want to play after a while. So hopefully they watch this video or other videos of people, look at the surveys and look at the Discord, and people are complaining about it. So hopefully they listen to them and they do something about it. It's cool you're ranking #1 in several countries. It's cool that it's actually making money. It's cool that the review bomb didn't win at the beginning of the game, and it almost put the game dead on PC because it had like a 28% rating, and it took like all the content creators kind of like insinuate, hey, maybe you should go rate the game good if you like it. And people are like, yeah, I like the game. I'm not gonna let these review bombers win. But if they don't fix things, then it's just gonna keep getting worse. So hopefully they fix like the stamina issue. Hopefully this end game content doesn't take too long. Hopefully the ranking mode doesn't take too long. I mean, shoot, the battle pass still in here. Hopefully they fix the co-op issue so that people can actually play together, because that would help a lot of free to plays if they could just play in a group. Playing pure solo and forcing people to play solo all the time because you're taking too long to fix a common thing that every other game has, which is multiplayer. I really don't know why it's taking so long. Like that must be some weird coding they did, that something in the code is that deep and that bad that it's taking this long. But yeah, hope they fix it. I don't know. Hope see you guys on the next one. Peace out. See you in the next 7 Daily Sins video.